How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Scoring from the 50 podcast. My name is Drew Smith, and today I'm here to preview the Michigan and USC game this weekend. It is at USC in the Coliseum at 7:30 Central Time. I'm in Central Time, so 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. I cannot wait for this game, okay? This game, going into it, USC has to win this game, okay? USC lost the game to Illinois. Where do they go from there? That's the game that USC is supposed to win. USC has a better roster than Illinois. Illinois had just come off a 60-point loss to Indiana. That's a game that USC has to take advantage of that and win that game. They didn't. Now they're in desperation mode. They come off a bye. They have Michigan at home. This is where they save their season because that was horrible. You got gashed on the ground. You can't let Illinois run the ball on you like that. And you can't let Michigan run the ball on you like that in this game either. For Michigan, okay? Michigan has one loss. They lost to Oklahoma early in the season at Oklahoma. That's an acceptable loss if you're a Michigan fan. I'm a Michigan fan. I'm okay with that loss. You can't lose this game either. You beat Nebraska, so it gives you a little bit of leeway, right? It gives you a little bit of grace. You beat Nebraska. Now your season, I mean, you have more games, right? But they're against not very good teams. Your season is this weekend at USC and at home against Ohio State to end the season. That's it. That's really all the other teams. You have a better roster talent acquisition than them. You should be able to win those games easily with just the logo. Should be able to win those games. The logo's not going to beat USC. Bryce Underwood's going to beat USC. Justice Haynes is going to beat USC. You have to be able to win this game to put yourself in the best position possible to make the playoff if you're Michigan, right? Again, if you can win this game, you can lose to Ohio State and probably still get in. With how I think the SEC is going to shake out, with everyone's probably going to beat everybody, with how the ACC is kind of shaping out where it's really only one team at the top. I mean, Florida State's lost a couple times now. Clemson's out of it. It's really just Miami in the ACC, right? So just Miami there. In the Big 12, I mean, it's Texas Tech. Texas Tech is doing really good. Iowa State, maybe they can squeak in. But then in the SEC, everyone's beating themselves. Notre Dame already has 2 losses. If you're Michigan and you can win this game, your chances of going to the playoff go from probably about 40% right now to, I'd say, 60 or 70% if you can just win this one game. Just win this one game. How do they do that? I think that Michigan can win this game, and I think that the game will center around the red zone. Michigan has the offense that has sustained long drives. Every once in a while, they've popped off a really, really long run. They did against Nebraska a few times. They did against Oklahoma once with a big run with Justice Haynes or a big run with Jordan Marshall, right? You can use Bryce Underwood on the ground. They can do that, but that's not the identity of the offense. The identity of the offense is what they did at the end of the game against Nebraska with that long, long drive to seal the game and put the game away. That was what's impressive. That's championship level football for Michigan. Can you punch those drives in? Once the field gets shrunk, whenever everything's condensed for Bryce Underwood, can he have the poise and the confidence to still make a throw, still use his legs to get the ball into the end zone instead of getting to the 25, getting to the 20, getting to the 15, and then punting, or not punting, kicking a field goal. The difference between a field goal and a touchdown is what is going to win Michigan this game. USC, on the other hand, their offense is very much flashy, very one play, one big play, that's all it takes. It can strike like that. Any single second of the game, any single play, it could be a touchdown for USC, and Michigan has to be aware of that. So if Michigan, if they play the game that they want to play, if they can run the ball on the ground, if they can move the ball on the ground, if they can keep the ball away from the USC, away from those one-play touchdowns, away from the 30, 40-plus yard plays, Michigan should be able to control and dictate how this game is played, and I think that's how they win. If you're USC, on the other hand, you have to make those stops on third down in the red zone. You can't let Bryce Underwood get loose with his legs. You can't get into a situation where it's 3rd and 10, they run the ball with Justice Haynes to make it 4th and 2, they go for it, they get it, and then they score a touchdown after that. You can't have those types of situations for USC. You have to, at least, if say it's third down and then they run the ball to get it closer, stop them 4 or 5 yards. Like it's 3rd and 8, hands the ball off, 4 yards. 4th and 4, that's a kicking the field goal type of situation. You can't let them get into a 4th and short type of situation because Michigan's going to get that most of the time with how good Justice Haynes is up the middle, with how good just Jordan Marshall is, and how good that Bryce Underwood will be pulling the ball and taking off with his own legs. So I think what really matters in this game is if Michigan can punch the ball into the end zone. Makai Lemon has become an absolute superstar for the USC Trojans, okay? He is their big play. He showed up time after time after time against Illinois. Not quite enough. I don't think the defense played good enough. The defense just let Illinois run all over him, which is exactly what Michigan is going to try to do. So I worry a little bit. I think that is why I'm going to pick Michigan. Also, I'm very biased, so be that as it is. But I think if Michigan can do what Illinois did, because I think that they can do it better than Illinois did, assuming the O-line gets a little bit better. They regressed against Wisconsin last week. If they can play how they did against Nebraska, this game I don't think will be all that close. It won't be as close as the spread says it will be. I think that Michigan is going to win this game because they can punch it in the end zone. Because they can limit Makai Lemon to a few big plays here or there. Yeah, they can condense Jaden Mayava into a way to where he can't get out of the pocket and make a crazy play like he's been doing. Jaden Mayava plays really well in the structure of Lincoln Riley's offense and only going outside of that whenever he knows he needs to. I think if you look back at Caleb, whenever he was there, Caleb Williams, whenever he was there, he would play out of the system. He would play running around, doing whatever he needs to do to get a first down. You know, he never really played within the system and how Lincoln Riley envisioned the offense going. Jaden Mayava does a really, really good job of that. So that's what makes me worried as a Michigan fan, right? Our DBs have not looked great. I think that Jair Hill has looked really, really good. But our second string, our third string cornerbacks, they have not looked great so far, okay? So I think if there is a weakness for USC to take advantage of, it is our secondary. And I think if they win the game, it will be because of that and them getting the big plays and completing those passes, getting the one-play touchdowns that they need. But I don't see it happening enough to the point where Michigan can't just keep the ball away from them and limit those plays to as little as possible just because USC doesn't have the ball. So my pick is going to be Michigan. How could I pick against Michigan? But I think they're going to win this game, and I think that they're going to take care of business at USC this Saturday.